Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here from robertanton.com, bringing you your No Frills American Idol commentary from a singer. Okay, yeah, so let's get this thing going. Let me tell you, today was the top 3 results show, and I am ready to tell you the results already, but I'm going to try to hold it back just a little bit. I'm just going to try to, oh my God. Okay, they said there were over 95 million votes tallied this time, which was 15 million more than last year's finale, which is like amazing, just amazing. And I don't know who they were voting for. I don't know who was voting because, I only put in one vote myself, and everybody wanted to know who I voted for. And last week, I voted for Haley. I have not been voting for Haley every week, but I did vote for her last week, and I voted one time. Somebody told me they voted 200 times. I was like, what? Are you crazy? I am making my commentary during the time after the show, so I have to shoot it, I have to edit it, I have to render it, I have to post it, I have to tag it, all that good stuff. So I am busy, okay, trying to bring you just a little bit of commentary and a little bit of fun about the action that went on. So that's what I'm going to try to do right now anyway. Okay, so first off, the Idols got to preview this movie called Bad Robot, and they all got Super 8 cameras afterwards. One of the stars of the show, Elle Fanning, was actually in the audience, and they pulled her on camera and had her talking, and she was gushing over Scotty, saying, I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go there. Y'all can see that anyway. She was saying that her cousin from the very beginning thought that Scotty was going to win and was crazy about him. In the meantime, she was just going crazy. Okay, so I told that part. Next, they showed Haley going home for her visit, and she went to Wheeling, Illinois, and then she went to Chicago. And she performed with her parents in Chicago, which is really, really nice. But it rained the whole time, in her parade. Don't rain on my parade! It rained the whole time, which was kind of bad, kind of sad for her. Yeah, but whatever. Then they went to the Ford music video, and the kids had a day out at the beach. Of course, there was nobody else at the beach, and it looked like it was cold to me, and most of them had on their clothes. I mean, they had most of their clothes. So, yeah, but it was still a cute video. I always like the Ford music videos, as you guys know. Next up, Il Volo from Italy performed O Sole Mio. And, this is an old song, and I was like, what's going on? What are they going to do here? But they did this really contemporary version of the song, and you know what? I thought they had very, very beautiful voices, and they had a strong blend going on. They were strangely matched as far as they looked, it was kind of weird to me. And I wrote down that it reminded me of a Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin skits where they were singing, Of course, the sound was a lot better, but just the way they looked together, it was like, I don't know, the Three Stooges. It was just crazy. But I hope you get to watch a clip of that. They did sound wonderful, just beautiful, and they were singing, in Italian, so you probably won't understand, but whatever. Next up, they had Scotty's going home visit. He went to Garner, North Carolina, and he cried a whole lot during the time. I wrote, Scotty was crying, a lot of girls were crying, the mothers were crying, I was crying. It was just a very touching segment, and he said it was the best day of his life. He was like, I'm only 17, but you know what? I think so far this is the best day of my life. Next up, Nicole Scherzinger sang right there, featuring 50 Cent, and she was doing a little belly dancing and things, and she was singing pretty much live. She had a little, I told y'all about it. She lit the tracks, but she was singing live and doing her thing, and it looked and sounded pretty decent, so it was enjoyable. This is one point it was just, I find funny little stuff that I'd be laughing at all the time. 50 Cent was getting all up on her, and stuff like she pushed him off, and then he just was gone from there. He disappeared. You never saw him again. Yeah. So next up, Lauren went home to Rossville, Georgia, and then to Chattanooga. And it was she had a very touching, somber moment when she was visiting areas that were hard hit by the storms that they just had, and she seemed to feel this very deeply, and it was just very raw emotion, and it just was very touching. Yeah. So finally, we come to the results. You see, I'm ramming through this because I want to get to the results myself, because I want to tell you what happened if you don't already know. So, for the results, Ryan Seacrest brought all the kids center stage, all the contestants center stage, and then he went to commercial. Which is just mean, Came back, and the first person in the finale was Scotty. Any surprise? And the second person in the finale was Lauren Elena. So it's going to be the youngest finale in Idol history. And on Twitter, they're calling it Country Idol. This is going to be a country finale with Lauren and Scotty. Haley, of course, was eliminated. And she looked stunned. She just really looked stunned when it was announced. And none too happy, of course. And I wouldn't be happy either. I mean, going home. Not you know, my first reaction would be, damn, you know, and then you're like, okay, well, whatever, it is what it is. So for her last song, she did Benny and the Jets, and she slayed it, just slayed it. All of the idols were in the audience, all the top 11 was in the audience, and she ended down off the stage in the audience with them. And, you know, and she said, and I quote, "This ain't the end of this." So maybe she gonna come back and get him. And then there was one. Yeah. So what did you think of the finale? You know, I thought with all the stuff that they announced that was going to be happening, that it was going to be like 2 hours, but hey, they came in under an hour, and it was just. Wow, you know, country is a huge market in the United States, and I believe the last that I read, it had 70% market share of all musical genres in the United States. 70%. So if that still is standing strong, it's no wonder that two country people are in the final. And it's kind of strange that there are times when it's not country people in the final, when there are country people there. So tell me what you thought. What are your thoughts on Haley going home? Because I know some of you loved Haley so much. And her last performances for me were just phenomenal. But I believe, as I said before, that now everybody is just voting their favorites. And I don't think she just had a big enough of a following at this point. All right, I'm out. Robert Anton here, robertanton.com. Check out my So You Want to Be a Singer series and always my originals playlist. I got some great stuff in there for you. And don't forget that next week the show is going to be on Tuesday at 8 p.m. They'll be doing performances. Wednesday at 8 p.m. they will be doing the final results. We will have our Idol winner at 10 p.m. if they don't go over. All right, take care.